Really?
Hello, Sergeant Aaron Road, ROED, Media Relations Officer for the Vancouver Police Department. Vancouver Police are pleased to say we have made an arrest in connection to the arson which occurred at Emily Carr University. This past Friday, on October 11th, Vancouver Police detectives from the Major Crime Section arrested a 40-year-old Vancouver man, Nathan McLeod, for 2 counts of break and enter, as well as 1 count of arson. On October 5th, Vancouver Police were notified from Vancouver Fire Rescue Services of a suspicious fire which happened at the university. Vancouver police officers did attend, and major crime detectives have been diligently working and gathering evidence and did arrest Mr. McLeod this past Friday. There was substantial damage to the university, and students have not been attending the school until today. Mr. McLeod has been in custody since Friday and will be going before the courts this morning. There's very limited information as I can provide as it is before the courts. We can say that we did not believe there was a public threat since the arson and until the arrest. Is there any questions from anybody regarding the arrest?
Yeah, does Mr. McLeod have any kind of history with police?
There is limited history with the police. If you check with the court registry, you'll be able to see his past dealings with the Vancouver Police.
Okay, and that's regarding, I believe, traffic violations. Is that what you're referencing?
There's a few other violations we're not going to be releasing. I think if you looked into with the court system, you'd be able to find that. Yeah.
What was his relationship to the school? Did he attend?
As it is before the courts, we're not going to be releasing his relationship on why this incident happened at the university. We don't want to see any type of incident like this happening, especially impacting the students who are trying to get their education.
Okay, so he didn't work there, though.
Again, we're not going to be releasing any information regarding Mr. McLeod and his connections to the university.
Can you give us any more of a sense as to what led to the arrest? Was there any public involvement, any video files that helped with that arrest?
In regards to how we arrested him, we won't be speaking to how the investigators from the Major Crime Section did gather their evidence. They did work over the 6 days between when the incident happened on October 5th until the 11th, gathering as much evidence. And then when they had that evidence, they were able to lay the charges of two counts of break and enter, as well as 1 count of arson.
Given that this is the second time this year there's been a similar incident like this, I'm just thinking of the firebomb issue as well. Are you working with universities to make sure that they have a plan in place for malicious acts on campus, or do they already have those plans in place, and was that kind of brought into effect at Emily Carr in this incident?
We're not actively working on any type of situation where we're seeing a repetitive nature in these offenses. We believe this to be isolated to this one individual for this case. We don't see a public threat out of this incident, and that's not what we are reviewing at this time.
How many officers were working on this file?
I don't have that number.
And how involved were Vancouver fire investigators? I know you guys normally work sort of hand in hand, right, on something like this.
Vancouver Fire did attend shortly after 5:30 on October 5th. They were working on the active fire at the Emily Carr University, and they notified Vancouver Fire that it was suspicious just after 8:30 that morning. So they did notify us right away, and they were having their arson investigators on scene. How we corresponded with them after the fact, I don't have that information.
In terms of Mr. McLeod, can you tell us if he's a Vancouver resident or where he hails
He is a
from?
Vancouver, presently he is a Vancouver resident. He is initially from Chilliwack, but recently living in Vancouver. Any other questions regarding the arson?
Anything else you can tell us about him?
No, it's before the courts, and he is going before the courts this morning. I don't know what time he is going to be seen by the judge, but it will be this morning.
Okay,
All right,
thanks.
thank you very much.
And what is the spelling of your first name? Aaron?
Aaron, A-A-R-O-N. My last name is